Hello, everybody. How's it going? This is 25 to Life with Ray and Alex.
Woohoo.
Oh, yeah. The music always gets me awake. It wakes me up.
Are you excited to be back
Back,
in our quote-unquote studio
yes.
and not in the car?
Quote-unquote studio while I'm doing laundry. Hopefully nobody hears that in the background.
Didn't we just say you are always doing laundry when it's time to record?
Yeah, but that's just life. I gotta always fit it in somewhere, right? It's important. So, anyways, how's it going, hun?
Oh, the huge graduation, carrying a child, raising children, supporting my husband. All the fun things.
Right? So it sounds like you're
busy.
I was just gonna say you're well, I was gonna say something else, but that's fine. Busy is a good word, a safe word. Oh my gosh! But honestly, it has been a busy. I think we say that all the time to the listeners out there. So.
Because our life really is busy.
Yeah. So first, I want to say thank you to all the listeners out there. If you're returning or if you're new, thank you very much for taking a listen. This is 25 to Life with Ray and Alex, and where we talk about life, which is
where I talk a lot more than he does.
Typically.
Except for one episode where you did so much rambling about your DC trip.
Because I was still jet lagged, I think. And it's like, all right, I gotta go. In that mentality.
It's okay.
Yeah. But
I forgive you. I was tired that day anyway.
Yeah.
I was a single parent for a whole week.
Yeah. And I was just a single person.
Oh my God.
That sounds bad. Cut that out. No, leave it in. We don't make edits here.
This guy.
Oh, man. So let's get into it a little bit. So I want to talk about something that a lot of times a lot of people say this, life is busy. And so I was trying to figure out what we're going to discuss during this podcast, because we shared a lot about, how we met, how
we do
things with life, with kids and myself and routines and parenting and traveling and things like that. But it's like, what happens when, how do we stay connected when life is busy? And that made me think about one of the things that we talked about this year in our strategic planning, which was to make, what'd you say?
To make intentional time together.
Yes.
So, like dating once a month. And dating meaning sitting down, having dinner, whether that's a state here at home, meaning a stay and date, where we order dinner, we have movie, we have conversation. It's child-free. Child-free.
That's the key thing, because you could say, we go out to Denny's and take the kids or Red Robin's, things like that. The kids love that stuff, right? They they go, oh, can we go to a restaurant? And sometimes parents will say, oh, we did a date with the family. But when we're talking about how you and I stay connected in our busy life and make sure that we pour into each other in a sense in our relationship, our marriage and things like that. So that was the biggest thing one of the biggest things we talked about in our strategic plan is we do once a month dating. No kids, we make an intention to go out, like you said, or do something for us.
Yes.
And so, we could talk about right now how we do it now as parents, but we can also talk about the time we used to date before we got married or even had kids.
Okay.
So I'll let you lead that part of it, the discussion, how you want to go. But my recent date with you I liked it. It was pretty cool. It was a little bonus because it was your birthday. So happy belated birthday.
Thank you.
So you're 21, right?
Yes.
Okay, just make sure.
And holding.
And holding. As long as you didn't go as backwards, okay?
No, no.
You're good. You're good. So we went out. What did we do? I don't remember anymore.
You don't
No, I'm
remember
just
what
kidding.
we
I just
did
kid.
for
I
my
just kid.
birthday?
So there was one thing that was on your bucket list. So you read this wonderful book and you shared it with me and everybody.
I shared this book with everyone. I'm going to interrupt you. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. Do it.
I am so passionate about this book because this author's story has changed my life. And I always say that because, growing up, my mom was an educator and she did her best to educate my brother and I and really express the importance of education and school and learning. And which is great. No dig at my mom or anything. But one thing that we really didn't talk about growing up too much was where I came from, in the sense of learning that my great-grandmother worked in the fields. My grandmother worked in the fields before she was, went off to college and got herself educated and worked for the phone company, and that wasn't really talked about openly. And so going back to school, I took a class, Chicano Latino Studies. Shout out to my amazing professor, Professor Espinosa Watson. He was amazing at City College. He was very informed, and one of his assignments was to read an excerpt from a book that was newer at the time. And I read the excerpt. I read the article. Long story short, I needed to know what happened. So I read the book Solito by Javier Zamora. And if you haven't read it, highly recommend you reading it. I will get it for you if you can't get it. It's such a powerful book, okay? It's a book that it just, like I said, I changed my life. And I encourage anybody else who wants to hear an amazing story, go read it. But I got to meet the author.
Yeah, I was just going to say. And that was one of the things, like you said, if this guy ever comes to Fresno or wherever, I'd love to meet him.
Yes.
And you know what? It was your mom that actually
my mom
shared the flyer because she read the book.
Yeah.
Because of your
remember.
Recommendation.
Yep.
And she's like, hey, he's coming into town. And you were like, hey, he's coming to town.
Again, long story short, I like to talk, guys. So we had this weekend planned for my birthday. We had to take you to Sacramento for a conference. And we were going to make a whole weekend out of it, and we were just going to stay. But when she told me that he was going to be here in Fresno, I was like, I have to come back. I have to listen to this guy. I have to hear what he has to say. I have to meet him.
Yeah.
And
we made it happen. Yeah, we made it happen. We went to Sacramento, did that work, took the kids with us. Actually, that was kind of fun. Mm-hmm. And, then we found I said, yeah, let's do it. Mm-hmm. The funniest thing is that you needed it. You didn't have a physical copy of the book.
No.
And
which is funny because I've bought so many copies of the book and I've given it away to so many people.
Yeah. That's why I was surprised. It's like, wait a minute, you don't have a book? Especially you love physical books. I love
physical books, yes.
If you guys, she could be a librarian, know how many books she has here at this place. Between
me and the kids, I'm sure we have over 100 books.
Oh, yeah. Without a doubt. So, anyways, that was one of the things I was wanting to do. Is like, hey, because it's your birthday weekend, let's go do this. I surprised you with purchasing you a copy of the book so you could have it signed. And I made sure I arranged for a sitter. That's, again, I was like, two birds with one scone. I always like to say that.
Stone, not scone.
No, it's scone. You feed two birds with one scone. I don't like to harm birds.
Oh, man.
Yes. Anyways, so that was one of the intentions. So I was like, let's do that. Then we'll have a late night dinner.
Mm-hmm.
And so I read the book too. And it was kind of funny because I didn't know what to expect. And it was so amazing just to go out. It was just you and I. It was a beautiful evening.
It was.
The sun's like, it was supposed to be like cloudy, rainy weather, but it was sunny, nice light breeze, blue sky, and it was outdoors. This conversation with the author, and there was a lot of attendees, people that attended, but we got there early.
Yes, I was so okay, you guys. I'm late for everything.
Yes,
I ran on Mexican time.
My wife runs on Mexican time.
If you tell me you want me there at 5:30 and you need me there at 5:30, tell me 4:30.
Yeah,
just for
your
own, like for your own peace of mind.
I do it all the time.
He does, but I was so excited to meet him, so excited to talk to him and hear him speak that we got there a whole hour before the event started. There was only like 2 people there when we got there.
Mm-hmm. They were still setting up.
Yeah.
Yeah. You beat the author there.
I did beat the author there. And I got to sit behind him.
Yes, you did.
Directly behind him.
Yes. Before you went on stage.
Mm-hmm.
So, so that was fun. And I tried to get you to ask questions or take a picture with the guy, but you didn't.
I was so nervous.
Yeah. But he did sign your book, so.
He did.
Yes. So, but this is what I'm saying. It can be something as like going out to a community event, or like in this case, it was something that you wanted to do, on your bucket list in a sense.
It was.
Meet an author.
There's few people in my life that have made such an impact like he did, that I'm like, this is on my bucket list. They ever come to Fresno, I need to meet this person.
Yeah. And so that's why it's like, for me, when I get an opportunity to do something like that with you, it changes the norm in our relationship a little bit, because again, we go through this day-to-day mentality as parents, wife, husband, student, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's not for lack of trying. Like, I know we spoke in I don't know, not the last.
I think it was when we did our marriage conference. Remember, we were talking about our marriage conference.
We do spend intentional time together during the week. But this is different. This is dating. This is like, forgive me, but public affection. I'm holding your hand, wrapping my arms around you. We're out in public, and it's, again, something different. But it is also something that makes me happy, because I know it was something that you wanted, and this is something that you love, passionate about reading. You're a big book reader. Yes.
And so I was like, oh, cool, this is great. Then we went out to dinner, Yeah. And dinner doesn't have to be, a 4 or 5 course meal or something fancy and stuff like that. Dinner for us,
my favorite 2 for $20 Applebee's.
2 for $20 Applebee's.
Or is it 2 for $25 now?
2 for $25.
But anyways,
but it could be something like that. Mm-hmm. It can be fast food, but all it is, it gives us a way of having a conversation. And you and I love to people watch.
Yes.
Well, I people listen, you people watch. And it's just so funny, because it's now, we're a little grown. Can I say that? We're a little grown.
Are.
We're a little grown.
I'm only 21.
I am. Yeah. You're just barely legal to drink.
Yeah.
So we've done our little partying, and maybe we'll share about that a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But a glass of wine, well, not for you anymore.
Not no more.
Not no more. Baby on board. Or, a drink for me is all we need, when we go out, and have some, appetizers. I love the boneless wings there. They're great. Shout out to Applebee's boneless wings. And, that allows us to, just talk about life. And the most funniest thing about our conversations when we go out without a doubt, we put a big effort of not trying to talk about the kids. But what happens?
Talk about the kids.
We talk about the kids. And it's always you. I miss the kids.
I am a mom through and through.
Mom through and through. That is for sure correct. For me, I'm like, how are you doing? How's life? And you're like, oh,
I'm good. I miss the kids.
I miss the kids. I feel bad that we're out here eating without them, enjoying life, and but for me, I'm like, no, this is for us. We need this. You said we need this, so I'm giving you this, and yeah. So, but again, it's just I love spending that little bit of moments with you, and it's always funny because you always say this. It's
what do I always say?
Well, you say a lot, but it's always interesting when I have Linux or I'm using my cane, and you and I go out on dates.
Mm-hmm.
And how you explain to me how people how do you say it? Perceive us. Mm-hmm. Or you always get this like story started. I wonder what they think. they it's like, because sometimes when waiters come or a waitress comes up to take our order,
they don't talk to you.
They don't talk to me.
They look at me.
And they're like, what are you guys gonna have? And you always go, hun, what do you want? It's like, oh,
And then they address you, yeah.
And they address me. Or they try to bring you the check.
Yeah.
You're like, no, heck no. That's for that man right there. Especially when it's $200.
I love it when they hand me the check and I'm like, okay, honey. Money, honey.
Money, honey. Yes, that's your favorite.
And they just kind of look at us like, oh, my bad.
Yeah. It's okay. I'm used to it.
Yeah.
But it is very somewhat comedy for us.
Yeah.
How is our outing? What experiences are we going to happen? Mm-hmm. Like when, we use handicap parking stalls.
Uh-huh.
And you always say people always look at you a certain way, and then I get out of the car with Linux.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, never mind. And that makes sense.
Anytime I park in a handicap stall and I get out of the car and then you get out of the car, especially when you have Linux,
mm-hmm.
because you don't get out of the car with a cane to go get Linux, but you just get out of the car.
Mm-hmm.
We get these looks and it's almost like a side eye
mm-hmm.
of people. And then you pull out Linux and you put his harness on and then they just kind of look away like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And it's just, before it used to bother me, before it used to be like,
mm-hmm.
what's your deal? Take a picture. It lasts longer. Like,
mm-hmm.
And so what? Not all disabilities are like physical. You can't physically see a disability
until you break out the cane or the guide dog or something like that.
And so, it used to really get under my skin. And now I've learned to laugh it off.
Yeah. So I brought this up just to segue a little bit into other dates that we've had. So you talk about how you used to say, take a picture, it lasts longer. I remember when this first started coming up. Do you?
No.
This first came up when we were in high school. And this story always makes me get embarrassed. But okay. I'm going to share it with everybody. So we were juniors, I believe, or sophomores when we were dating. And your parents allowed us, I appreciate that, allowed us to go out on our own. We went to go see a movie. And then we got a bite to eat. We always do that. We always get a bite to eat afterwards. And so
we love food.
I remember the movie, Leap Year, came out. I enjoyed it. River Park, all that
mm-hmm.
jazz. I'm like, okay.
Oh, that's what they watched Scorpion King with?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, Scorpion King. See? You remember. And
I think I know where this is going. Okay, go ahead.
So I don't think I was using my cane as much at that time.
You didn't really start using your cane till college.
Yeah.
That's when I noticed your vision really.
Yeah.
But that's a story for another time. Anyways, go ahead.
So we went out to get some food. I think it was at Me and Ed's right there.
Was it at Me and Ed's at the time?
Yeah, I think it was like a bar and grill
Mm-hmm.
with the pizza.
Yeah.
Bar and grill. And you were still learning like how to help me, you know, even though I didn't use my cane, I still said, hey, can you help me? Because I can't see real well, what, blah, blah, blah. And you're like, yeah, not a problem. And so
I do know where this is going.
typically we were like, okay, we're going to eat outside because there's a patio area and blah, blah, blah. And it was Friday night actually. And you grabbed my hand and you placed it on a surface. Let's just put it that way. And
I'm sorry.
and
I know you're embarrassed. I'm so sorry.
You see, it's even hard for me to say it, but I've used to interpret when you put my hand on something or somebody put their hands. It's like, oh, here's where you sit. It's like they pat it. Like, here's the chair, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I instantly, and this was pretty high.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this is a bar and grill. So this are probably those tall chairs, those tall bar stools.
Mm-hmm.
So I turn because it was at an angle, and I jump up, and I sit on what I thought was a chair. And you instantly said, no.
That's not a chair. That's the table.
It was the table. And the funniest thing is, I don't know why, because I should have thought about this. Because when I was sitting on a table, I was facing the crowd. Like, people were walking behind us. And now I was looking at them walking in front of me.
Uh-huh.
And that was the most embarrassing moment for me. One, because that was a blind moment for me.
Uh-huh. I think that was like one of the first blind moments you had with me.
Yeah, and especially because it was on a date.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I didn't date as often with people in high school.
Right.
So.
Not what I heard.
Okay. Anyways, I'm just going to leave that there. But it was just like, oh my gosh, she's going to, like, this is it. She gave me the chance and I just proved her right. Like, this guy.
You blew it.
I blew it. And you just loved it. You just laughed it off and you're like, there's no worries here, blah, blah, blah. We went out throughout the rest of the evening having fun, whatever, right? But from this moment, I still remember that part. And I can laugh at it now. But I was so embarrassed. And it was just like, it beat me. I don't think I ever shared that with you, but it beat me.
Well, now I feel bad for laughing at you.
Because at the time, it's like, oh my gosh, she's laughing at me. This blind moment, blah, blah, blah. You know, it was fun.
Endearing.
Yeah, I can understand that. But, you know, for someone with a disability, you know, that's things that you don't think of, you know, as a person that's going out with the person with the disability, how they interpret. Like, there's so many things, even to this day, I have to consider when I'm going out with you. Mm-hmm. You know, or, you know, if somebody else is like, is it accessible? You know, how is the lighting? How is, you know, is the menu? Can I understand what's on that menu? Can I order something I'm going to like? Down to, can I access the restrooms if I need to? Mm-hmm. You know, and or their steps, what, you know, all of these things run through my mind when I plan an outing with you, because I don't want it to make it where it's a burden. And, you know, you and I have been together for a long time, and I pride myself on my independence, and in the sense that I like to have that in the way of, like, I have things in control. Mm-hmm. I have a control problem.
No.
Yes, I'm sorry, guys. I do. and so when I'm thinking about dating or Excuse me. No. Dating dating
Let's
with my wife.
clarify when you're dating. When you think about dating me, yes. Okay.
Because every time it's always new.
Are
It's
you
always
trying
a
to tell
first
me
date.
something?
It's always
Oh
a
my
first
goodness.
date. It's always a first date, babe. I love you. It's a part of my as a man. We laughed about, you know, chivalry earlier, before we started recording things. But it's true though. It's like, can I still be a chivalrous man? You know, it's challenging because you help guide me when I don't have Lennox, because there's times where it's easier to go out. You're dancing over there. Are you okay?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure.
The baby's moving in my tummy right now.
Okay.
And I'm like, I need to breathe, buddy.
Okay, I'm sorry.
So I'm just like trying to shift.
Yeah. Good thing these are not recorded on video recording.
I know you see me moving back and forth.
I see your shadow. Your hair is waving.
It looks like the potty dance.
I'm like, okay, you good? I can take a pause. You just let me know. But anyways, okay, don't knock the table. See, guys, I wasn't lying. She's dancing over on her chair. But it's like I don't get that chance to open the door as often. I try, when I can, but it's just easier sometimes. You help me because there's always crowds. That's another thing. When dating, it's like how crowded something's going to be. How loud is something going to be? And so I do my very best to still implement things that I could do.
Yeah.
Like making sure.
You know what you do for me? And I don't know if you notice that you do this. You may not open my door for me when we get to locations, but before we leave the house, you have the car started for me. You've already grabbed my keys in my purse. You've already opened my side of the door. You've turned the AC on in the car or the heater, depending on the weather. And you have it ready for me to just get in and go. So I don't think twice about my car keys. I don't think twice about my purse. The only thing I sometimes have to think twice about is my phone.
Your phone.
Sometimes I do throw my phone in my purse, but you make it as easy as possible to get out of the house for me. Which is funny because we're still late.
Oh, yes. And that's the thing, though. I don't want it to be late because of me. It's okay for you to be late. It's okay for you to run the date late. But if it's me, then I feel like, again, I'm not doing the chivalrous thing and being considerate of my date and making sure that I'm on time for her.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Makes sense.
And so I guess I do those things. The other thing is making sure that I find a place that you like to eat. I'm very, basic in my meals. I could
burgers and pizza.
If I could have any, like the last meal, it'd always be a burger with bacon and whatever,
and cheese,
and cheese and pickles.
No onions.
No onions, please. But I always want to make sure, one, if it's something that we want to try something new, that there is something to default to for me. Because I say that, because when I pick something for me, here's the other thing. If you don't like your meal, we swap.
You're going to give me your food.
Yes,
I know.
Because and we've always done that. You order this and I order this, and we'll pick off of each other's food because it's like, oh, that looks good. I want to try that, but
what if I don't like it?
Yeah. And so those are kind of things that I like to make sure I do for you. As well as making sure that you are comfortable in the environment as well. Yeah. Because, we don't talk about it a lot, but you do also have some
people anxiety,
which is,
It's so funny because if you've met me, you would never know.
Yeah. And so it's like always like I always consider where are you sitting? Yeah. You do not like to have your back towards the doors. And so that's a thing that I also even consider is making sure that you're comfortable where you're sitting. We find a good spot, again, how easy is it for me to maneuver, things like that. That's what it takes for me to prep for a date. And people are like, what? It's just dating, No.
A lot goes into it.
This is why we talk about why we make what was that word again?
Intentional effort.
And I'll remember it by the end of the night. An intentional effort to make sure I plan a date. Yeah. And it's easy for me to say, hey, kids are going to grandma's. We're gonna go stop at 7-Eleven and pick up some snacks, and we're gonna grab our blankets and go watch some Hulu. You know, we don't have Netflix in this house.
Hulu and Disney Plus.
Hulu and Disney Plus.
Oh, we have Paramount Plus.
Paramount Plus too. And just stay and order a pizza or some Italian food and eat. That's easy for me. That's like a cakewalk. But that's not the right, like, I feel like that's not doing enough, if that makes sense. So I always like to, when I do have a date with you, I make sure that it's something that it's like, you know, I want to go to a concert with you. Yep. We've been to comedy clubs together.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah. I think it's 2.
We've gone to a couple, yeah.
Yeah. We've been out
to clubs.
To bars.
This is pre-children, by the way.
I can remember yes, pre-children, when we went out to an after party, which is so funny for me to say, because it's yeah, we went to an after party.
Oh my gosh. When was this?
This was like 2018, 2017, something like that. Right before we had kids. And we were out like till 2-3 o'clock in the morning.
Dang.
And it's like,
I've dated you so much.
And that's the thing, is that like dating is different through your growth of your life, a chapter of the life you're in.
Different seasons.
As a high schooler, we used to go to the park and have a picnic,
football games,
and have a picnic at the park. Go to a football game, hang out with friends, go to a prom. You know, I still remember prom. You know, in college, like you said, going out to drink. I don't know, like that's probably a question for you guys that are listening. I'm sorry if this is boring you guys or not, but is going to a bar or going out, you know, to a clubbing, dating? I don't think so, but you know, let's see what other thoughts are. I think it's like, what's the effort? I guess
so.
Maybe, you know.
Well, I don't know, because I kind of now that wouldn't feel like a date to me now, but I think like 21-year-old me back then would consider that a date. Yeah, yesterday. I would consider that a date, because I got dressed up, I did my hair, I did my makeup. Like that, to me, you're taking me out.
I guess so.
So for me back then, that would be like, oh my God, we're going out. We're going to go date tonight. We're going to grab some street tacos or street hot dogs, bacon wrapped hot dogs, you know. I count that as a date, I guess. But you're right. I want to know what you guys think. Is it a date? Is that consider? Now as a mom, I wouldn't consider that a date. See,
it's hard. Well, here's the equivalent to that maybe for us nowadays, is if we went out dancing.
Yes.
Which I don't dance, guys.
No.
So that would make you so happy, and you'd be like, "Are you okay? You sure?
You sure? You positive? Let's go.
All right, let's go." But yeah, I can tell you that. I know that. That's one day. So you know, we used to do that. You know, now, like I said, some of the other dates, you know.
It's funny. I think like over the years, how our dates have changed, how we've matured.
Yeah. Where you know, it used to be a Subway sandwich was a meal that we would get. Then we upgraded to a Red Robin's, where that was the spot, or a teppanyaki or hibachi, whatever, how you ever want to call it, as fine dining. To now it's our Applebee's, you know, spot. I remember, this one I do remember. we were traveling for work before kids, and I was not bragging, but I was awarded an Employee of the Year award nationally. And
Correction, we had kids. We had Stella and Nathaniel.
oh yeah, sorry kids. Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did.
That Employee of the Year thing get to your head for a minute?
I'm gonna scratch that. Scratch that.
No, but go ahead. I know what you're saying.
And this was the one thing that I was like, kind of cool, yeah, I did that. So with my awards and stuff like that, I received a generous bonus, if you want to say, from
got a monetary award.
Thank you. And I was like, what am I going to do with this? And my first thing was, I'm going to take my wife on a date. And we're in a different state. And I got funny money. And I was like, I always say this about when I get paid. You better let's use it before I lose it, right? And this was money that I was not expected. And I'm a foodie.
Oh, so am I.
And I know you are. And I looked up. This is why I keep saying this was before the kids, but it's not, because
the kids were still little. I don't think they were even in school. Oh no, Nathaniel I think was in preschool. But
the thing is, you don't favor. I'm going to say that now. Favor steaks anymore. For whatever reason, the kids have changed your metabolism or your cravings.
My taste buds.
Your taste buds. But I found a prime rib location in Washington, D.C. And this place, I did not expect it to be what it was, but it was highly rated. I was able to score a table, which that was fun. Just the way of luck. Got an Uber. I love doing that for you.
An Uber.
When I can do a date where I can get an Uber and take you. So we don't drink as much. We come back, but it's always better to
be safe than sorry.
Yep. So Ubering, and I had Linux at this time. I had Linux with me too. So, anyways, long story short, went to this place called the Prime Rib in DC, and it was one of the top places we've ever eaten. Ever. I say this.
I talk about that place till this day.
We pull up, they open your doors. Hello, Mr. Villarreal, Miss Villarreal. Welcome to the Prime Rib, blah, blah, blah.
Take our coats.
Pull our chair out. Waiters all against the wall. Tablecloths are like the fine linen tablecloths.
And I'll never forget this because I don't even know who this guy was, but I know he was a federal judge because of the stuff that they were talking about on the table across from us. And I was like, oh.
We're not supposed to be hearing this.
Yeah.
Or these are top elite.
Yeah, these are fancy people.
These are fancy people. I don't know what I was wearing, but I'm sure it wasn't wearing enough to be there. But I was enjoying myself. And, they're over there brushing off the crumbs for us every time, making sure our drinks were never, they always topping us off all the time. Brought me.
If I remember correctly, there was one waiter per table.
Yeah.
And I don't think I've ever been waited on like that before.
No. So even nice. To the point where, like I said, they were pulling our chairs out, pushing our chairs in for us. And they were so nice to us.
Yeah.
So nice. But that meal was funny money meal. I'll just put it that way.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And that was like, what, a 7-course meal?
Yeah.
It was.
It was.
It was great. But that is one of the things that I, again, go back to when I talk about dating with you, is the experience. And
having different experiences together.
All the time. And it gives me something, and it gives us something to look back at and see what we can do for each other moving forward, or what can we bring, to kind of shake up the norm of our life. Because again, you know, what we're talking about is how do we stay connected in this busy life?
Mm-hmm.
And we got to do something out of the, how do you say that?
Out of the ordinary.
Out of the ordinary.
Yeah.
And so that was one of those fun dates I love. Especially that cruise too. That's another date. That's another story. Just to say Conga Line and Alex, you know, she's very...
I think we've shared about it a little bit.
Yeah, we did, huh?
Uh-huh.
Where you got invited to a Conga Line. And a marriage. And
I
a wedding.
I got invited to a wedding.
And a wedding.
That was the following weekend.
Yeah.
We would have been home already.
Yeah.
But
so, anyways, what is there? I know I did a lot of my talking about how I date and what I have to go through and dating you. You're not a problem, babe. I love dating you. But
thank you.
Do you have any thoughts? Anything?
I think more than anything, it sounds silly because we've been together for so long, but I still like to get dressed up for you. I still like to make sure I look pretty, that my hair is done just right, my outfit's put together just right. I take that intentional time. Like, as a mom, I've got like 5 or 6 dresses on rotation that I rotate throughout the week, you know, and a couple outfits, like, you know, I just, whatever I can throw on. If it gets dirty out throughout the day, it gets dirty, whatever. But when you and I go out, I intentionally fuss with my hair. I intentionally fuss with the outfit, making sure the shoes and the jacket and the hair and the jewelry, like it all just...
The purse too.
Yeah, and the purse. My million purses.
Mm-hmm. You know your purse broke my rack, right? By the way. We have a rack when we come in the house, everyone, that you can put your coats and your jackets on.
I've been in this phase of
changing
out my purses daily to go with the outfits.
Gosh. And I didn't realize how many purses were on that rack that it fell off the wall. Yeah, guys, it fell off the wall, so I had to do some emergency surgery on the wall to be able to I had to make sure it got on a stud this time because that thing, I was amazed it got ripped off the wall. Anyway, sorry, go ahead.
But no, I do. I am still intentional about how I look, and I still get butterflies.
How do you want to be intentional on the way you look if I can't see you? Somebody's asking.
Because, oh gosh, this probably sounds so like shallow. But when we go out, I want people to look at us and be like,
dang,
wow,
how do you score her?
Yeah.
I'll say it. I don't got no problem.
You know, I think about those things.
Right.
You know, and I do want to look nice for you, you know, even if you can't see it, you know, and it makes me feel good when I look good.
Yeah.
You know,
that's good though, because it's good about the confidence. Again, it's like the same for me. So I want to make sure I look good. I look presentable. You know, especially going out with you, the way you look, man. People always tell me that your wife is so beautiful. If it's not you, sorry, I'm going to say this. If it's not you that they compliment, it's Lennox.
Yeah.
But I always love it when they compliment you first. Well, it's more often that happens. It's like you and I go out. We go out. Oh, let's put it this way. When we go out to events and without the kids for work, you love dressing up for those events. And the amount of time I bet I put a bet in the car how long it's gonna take till somebody says, "I love your dress. I love your earrings. Oh my gosh, those are beautiful." The amount of times I hear those compliments from people will come from across the room because of the way you're dressed, and it's just because you bring out something in people. I see it all and I hear it all the time, and it's awesome. That's what makes me happy.
I think that's why when people meet me for the first time and I'm so bubbly and they have no idea I have people anxiety.
Oh my gosh, that's yeah, you guys. She really does. It's like, but anyways,
But no, I do. And like another part of dating, you and I dating in particular, is my brain turns off when it really does turn off when I'm with you.
Yeah. Because that's just the chivalry of me being able to not have you think that was kind of wrong. Have to worry.
Yes.
There you go. Sorry. Let's redo that. Have to worry about things again. That's why I said
like
earlier.
Even when we travel together, like you've seen like the videos that go around that they're like, oh, I'm with my husband and I don't know where we're going. I don't know what flight we're on. I don't know what gate we're at. Like that is me. Yeah. I am them. You know, when we travel.
It's the control person in me, but it works out for us. That's because it works really well for our style of things.
Like it's so easy. It's almost like a break because, you know, when we have the kids, you and I, we are such a good team. We've really learned how to work as a team to go places with the kids.
Yeah, and do things.
And do things. Like, for example, we went to John's Incredible Pizza this weekend. John's Incredible Pizza for me, just in general, even without you not being able to see, it's just a very overstimulating place for me. It's loud. I can't hear myself think. Those are places that are hard for me to be in. And, you know, I muscle through. But having you next to me is very helpful, you know, knowing that our kids are so independent. You know, I'm getting off topic here.
I told you guys, we could be talking about everything else, and it always comes back to the kids.
But no, it's when I'm with you, I don't have to worry about things. You know, and even when I'm with you with the kids, I don't have to worry about things. Like when we were in Sacramento,
right?
I took the kid. We dropped you off, and we took you to your conference, and we went to the train museum. And the amount of anxiety and the amount of things that I had to think about. Okay, where are we going for breakfast? Okay, how long is breakfast going to be? Where are we going to sit when we get there? You know, how are we going to get to the train museum? Where's the parking? How far is the walk? Is it going to be? You know, are the kids going to be okay doing the walk? Am I going to be okay doing the walk? All of these things I have to worry about that if you were with me, I wouldn't think twice about some of that stuff. I would just be like, oh, we're going here. Okay. When we get there, we get there. When we get there, we'll eat and we'll figure it out. But when you're not there, I do think about all those things. So taking it back to dating, the way I prep for it is I don't worry. I allow myself a brain break in a sense. And the only thing I have to worry about is
what are you wearing?
Yep. Exactly.
The girly thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's almost like I get to just be your wife, not the mom, not the student, not anything else. Just I get to be your wife.
Right.
And that's how I prep for our dates. It's so much simpler than what you go through.
Well, you know, it's like, again, we talk about, you know, the anxiety you have. I have the same anxiety, but again, what powers me through that is your happiness. And I say this is because we've also been to concerts. We've been to the Save Mart Center a couple of times, and that thing is huge.
Ooh, yes.
Thousands of people go into those things. Finding seatings, those stairs, you know, trying to get some food, you know, the loud music and the lights. But at the end of the night, we enjoy ourselves.
Yeah.
We come out of that and go, whew.
That was fun, but whoa.
Wow. I remember that because we went to, you know, the Zach Williams concert a while back ago, thanks to a friend. I appreciate them. And you know, that was one of those things. It's like, wow, there was a lot of lights, there's a lot of people, you know,
Mm-hmm.
but we did it. We got souvenirs. You know, I bought you a bracelet, bought a
Mm-hmm.
book, sweater, did that.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing about it is, it's like I made this is cheesy. This is cheesy. To prep for the concert,
You
I
made me
made
a playlist.
I made you a playlist. Oh my gosh, that was funny. But these are things that I like to do for you
Yeah.
because it's like, what do I get out of it? Is in the I feel, but I can't see things,
Mm-hmm.
so I feel through different ways, through hearing things, through you know, you know.
Do you think that it's also like you feel my body relax in a way?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Like, you know, I'm enjoying myself
yeah. You're not tense.
because I'm not so tense.
Yeah, that's how I can tell when you're overstimulated, is when you start getting your body gets tense,
Mm-hmm.
and that's when I kick in more
Mm-hmm.
to support you. But that's what I look for, is like seeing you happy. You know, when you come home and you pass out. The most funniest thing about that is, like, you have a hard time sleeping,
Yeah.
and especially with this baby right now.
Mm-hmm.
But when I know you've had a good time because you sleep peacefully,
Mm-hmm.
and that's something that, as a mom, like you are, and a wife, you go girl. And I don't know how you don't just fall asleep like that. Like, because for me, boom, I could sleep on a rock. That's how easy it is for me to fall asleep. But for
Because you
you,
close your eyes and you're asleep.
yeah. But for you, it's a little more challenging.
Mm-hmm.
So I like that point when you come home and you're just out.
Mm-hmm. You know, I'm so relaxed, I just zonk out.
Yeah.
I've enjoyed myself so much.
And so that's that's just for me. You know, that's the stuff I like to do with you, is dating. I still have a lot more things that I want to do with you, and to go date like it's the first time ever again.
Mm-hmm.
I always want to try to impress you and level up that experience.
Yeah.
So.
I think because I want to make it clear, you know, we in no way, shape, or form are perfect.
No, and I'm not going to say, like, the other thing is, I don't have that much money to always take you on dates. Like, we're not going on dates every weekend. We said we're making an initiative to do once a month, guys.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah. I've been kind of good on that, you know. Some of them, it's like
Because of work.
Yeah, work has saved me a little bit. Those counted as dates.
They do, because I get to dress up.
Mm-hmm. That's the way to what's the word I'm looking for? Be able to say what counts as a date
To equate it as a date.
Yeah,
because I get to dress up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
yeah, but you know, I appreciate the intentionality of it all, because there was a point in time, not just in high school and college, but even like I want to, if I'm honest, a time there when like a time there when we were still kind of new parents,
mm-hmm.
and we weren't dating each other anymore. We weren't taking the time. You were working a lot. You know, I wasn't in school yet, and I wasn't working yet. And there was a time where, not that we neglected each other, but we weren't as
intentional.
Yeah. There you go. You got it.
Yeah.
We weren't as intentional about dating each other. We weren't as intentional about taking that time as a couple.
We were an autopilot.
Yeah.
It's the same thing, like what we were talking about during our marriage conference. And we were stuck in autopilot. And you bring it out and bring that to the forefront in me.
Mm-hmm.
You help me realize that, hey,
I need attention.
I need some of your attention. I need some of your time.
Yeah.
You know, I know what you're doing. You always I appreciate what you do for this family. I hear you. And I know what you're doing for the people that you serve. the community I work for.
Mm-hmm.
But I need you. I need to be selfish, and
Yeah.
I need your time. And that's that. When I hear that from you,
Flip of a switch.
yeah, because that means I'm not doing my job. I'm not being chivalrous. I'm not being the man, the husband that you deserve. When I hear that, and so again, when that first time that happened, that was into my mind a challenge of our marriage, like meaning like you questioning in a way. And I know it wasn't that where you were going, but for me, it was like, oh, I'm losing my wife in a sense. And I say that because that's how dramatic it feels for me. It wasn't at that point. That's not where we were.
We hadn't gotten to that point, but it was just, there was a point in time where we weren't, like we said, we weren't intentional about it. And it was like, hey, you know what? If we don't start now, it could get to that point.
Yes.
And I think that over the years, we've gotten better at identifying that. We've gotten better at communicating those needs. Not just me to you, but you to me. When you tell me, hey, you're paying so much attention to the kids, you're doing so much, you haven't stopped and talked to me today.
I'll tell you the same thing about your phone. Put your phone down.
Where you've even taken my phone. And not like, oh my God, give me your phone, let me go through your phone. But in the sense of, hey, let's put our phones away. Hey, let's talk. Hey, let's sit here together.
Yeah.
So it's not to say, so all this not to say is that we're perfect and we've always had it together and we've always dated each other. Absolutely not. It's always been trial and error.
And it will continue to be trial and error. But if we don't put an effort to it, then, what are we doing here, guys?
Yeah.
It's
you never stop learning each other.
Yeah.
You never
stop dating. Exactly. And that's like the biggest takeaway, I can have. Like if I can give any advice to anyone out there or even to Nathaniel, my son, it's you act like it's the first time you're dating that person. You're trying to impress them. You're trying to make them happy, win them over in some sense, but you don't have to spend loads of money.
No.
I think this is one of the things we had a fun conversation one time. It was like, I think I even asked the waitress one time, what is the acceptable
first date amount to spend?
And it's like, do you spend over $100? I think this was a video I saw that the average expectation was over $150 for the first date. To me, I'm like, where's this person at? Because I want to. Hello.
I think $150 for a first date is enough.
Are we talking about high school? Are we talking about college? Are we talking about?
I think in general, a first date.
I don't know if that's like for me as a man.
I don't know about high school.
As a man, I don't know if that's
like high schools. That's too much.
I don't know if it's just like my thing is what I got from that. Not from what you saying, but from what the video put out there as a measurement. If you're worthy as a man to be dating me, is that you have to set this expectation of you need to spend this amount of money to value if it's worth it or not.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Because I can spend $150 on a date.
Yeah.
But does that make me a better person? Does that make me a good date?
No, because the man who was only able to take me to, I don't know, maybe they're only able to spend $50 on a date. I don't know. It shouldn't
be measured though. That's my
no.
point. And that's the sad part of life right now is that this is in this time in
this day and age.
people measure things about how much money, what's your figure, you
How
making,
much do you make?
how much you make, what's your career, when reality it is, I've seen in other videos, like, what's your credit score? No, it's serious. Like,
I know. I laugh because it's like, that's so crazy to think about. I mean, I guess I understand.
it's because you're trying to get a judgment of like what you're because you're investing in yourself,
Mm-hmm.
And I get it, but this is where we lose the value of as being human beings, and that chivalry in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
We lose that of, like, because we're losing sight, no pun intended, on the real important the value and importance of this.
Mm-hmm.
I can spend $20 and get an art ticket and take you to a speakeasy event, and again, it can only just be $20,
Mm-hmm.
and we can have the time of our lives.
Mm-hmm.
We can have the most wonderful conversation. But if you're the type of person that said, "Well, how much was this date? Only $20?" Well, no.
Yeah.
That's not the way to think of things.
No.
And that's what I just want to say. It's like, for those that are listening, and for for my son, it's not how much you spend; it's what you're doing with that person. That conversation,
that intentionality of it.
That conversation,
that word again.
Intentionality. The value you show and the respect for that person.
Yeah.
And again, it can just be as simple as, remember, you and I, when we were first dating in high school,
Mm-hmm.
one of the dates that we took was going out to the park, grabbed some Subway sandwiches, grabbed a blanket,
Yeah.
and just sat and just talked.
Mm-hmm.
Got to know each other.
Mm-hmm.
Got to understand our values.
Yeah.
And that's more important than anything else. And then we did that. Then we went to the movies. Then I embarrassed myself. Then we went out to high school dances and football games. And we went to clubs. And then we went to fancy restaurants in DC. And we went to a book reading. And we went to Applebee's. And it goes on.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, anyways, I think that's my end of my rant. I just tell you guys, don't be afraid to date. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there, and it's okay to have to make mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
Embarrass yourself.
It's okay to schedule it.
Mm.
I think that's also part of that part of that stress of it, or that whatever, the intimidation of it. I don't know, but it's okay to say, hey, I'm putting it on my calendar. This is what we're going to do, this date, this time. It's okay to do that. If you're busy, and you, like us, we have very busy lives and all the things that we have going on, it's okay to say, hey, on this weekend, we're going to get a sitter, and this is what we're going to do. That's okay.
Yeah.
So don't be afraid to make mistakes. Schedule it if you have to.
Yeah.
Whatever works. But going back to that word, intentionally dating your person.
Mm-hmm. Your partner.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I'm done with it, because I could keep talking forever.
Yes. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode with us, and getting to learn a little bit more of our dating style, in our experiences, and hopefully you got something out of this, some advice or something to use, or anything like in that matter. But leave a comment below what you think dating looks like, or how much should you spend on your first date, or how much have you spent on your first date, or when do you remember your first date, and how was that experience?
Let us know. We want to hear from you.
And then if there's anything else you guys want us to hear from us, always throw it in as well in those comments as well.
Yeah.
We're always listening and always willing to share more stories about ourselves. So with that said, have a good one.
Thank you.